easier for sure. But, it's always annoying to have to eat at a certain time and time the meds, So, I wake up early to take it, like that's kind of like, I'm a little tired, I started having like a very vivid dream. Have you been dreaming vividly lately? I'm having a lot of vivid dreams lately, which I used to never do, but like every day now I'm having like the most intense and vivid dreams. And I'm not sure where that's coming from. Like, it's not necessarily like my subconscious is warning me about something. It's just like the most stupid random dreams ever. I'm not really into dreams. I don't care much about like listening to people's dreams. I'm not like a dream interpreter type person. I just don't get it, I just think most of it's like, bahaga. It's just like our subconscious filtering our thoughts and memories during the day, because most of my dreams I'll have of someone if I thought of them right before going to bed. So, it doesn't mean because I had that dream something bad's gonna happen to that person, or, I think that's, to me personally, a little delulu. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say like, oh, my dreams are prophetic, some people have that gift. I definitely don't. I have a couple times, but I'm more like in my waking state getting visions. I don't do that whole nonsense of getting visions in my dreams, but some people do. They're gifted in that, but I just personally don't understand it. That's why it's not my world. But I know that we do travel astrally. This video is kind of random. It's just up close whispers talking about random-ish. And our mind sort of dreams to kind of filter what we're actually doing in our sleep state. We're never really asleep. We have a second life up there, so we're constantly traveling. I know one I constantly, consistently have, if I have to talk about these stupid dreams, is that a repeating dream I have is I'm constantly in schools and libraries. And another one is, I used to have where you like fall off a cliff, right, and then you wake up before you land on the floor. The most annoying thing that's happened to me this morning, I'm a morning dreamer, so I dream in color. I can feel things, I can smell, sense, touch, taste, like everything, I'm a very vivid dreamer, and I remember them pretty darn well, even long after waking up. But forget naturally, just like anyone else, unless I write it down. But I'm a morning dreamer, so it's annoying as hell, because when the best part of the plot tends to happen in the dream, you wake up and you low-key are glad you woke up, but then you're like, damn, I didn't want that to be over, especially when it's a very special dream, right? I had one dream the other day that was like, oh, I woke up kind of crying, basically. So yeah, that was no fun, and it was one of my worst fears. I won't talk about that on here, but then I'm like, is this bull crap? Because I literally just thought of this person that was in the dream before I went to bed. So I'm very skeptical still. And then my sort of vision sense was like, oh, this wasn't about me. This dream was about them. I just compassionately felt sorry for them, and that's why I was crying. So yeah, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about dreams right now. Better than talking about other depressive subjects, I guess. But yeah, I mean, good for you if dreams are your vision. I honestly sometimes wish I had that, but then I know I'd have to wake up with a lot of nightmares. So I don't want that, and rarely do I ever have nightmares, thank God. It was mostly as a kid. Now, I used to sleepwalk as a kid too, not anymore, obviously. So, it's interesting how people change, things change. Yeah. So, but yeah, I was gonna talk back to this dude that was on his last leg. Like, I had some hot tea, and then it was a goner. And apparently, if your tooth can't handle heat, it's you have to change the nerve. You gotta get that nerve out. I was gonna do an implant, but I was like, yes, it would take like several months, like 5K. I'm like, no, thank you. You know, it was still very expensive. But I'm glad the insurance covered at least some of it. But oh my god! And then I went to the pharmacy, right, y'all? Oh my god! Yesterday was not my day. You know, sometimes you're the statue, sometimes you're the pigeon. Yesterday I was the statue getting schnitzied on by the pigeon. Yeah, I wasn't doing the schnitziing yesterday. Yesterday was just the last day of Rosh Hashanah. It was not my day, yo. Okay. Alright. I go to get my meds. I'm like out of it, already groggy as hell, right? And it was a long walk. I couldn't find parking. And then I went up to the counter, and then they asked me for my insurance. I had to go all the way back to the car, get the insurance. Thank God I found it. And then it tried to charge me $30,000. I was like, obviously it was an error, but I'm like, as if today couldn't get any possibly worse. Yeah, and they were training someone new, so it just took a long time. I was like, oh my god, I just want to go home and rest. Yeah, so that's why I wasn't able to work yesterday. But you not like you really care or notice, because you get videos on here every day. Lucky you, because I'm smart enough to pre-upload. If it wasn't for that, you would not have gotten a video. But anyway, and yeah, most people still wait like a day or two for their bookings, so most people probably didn't notice. I have a booking set up right in front of me right now. I'm about to go do a Reiki healing and a few tarot readings. Well, I say a few, but I'm probably gonna be by like the third one. I'll be like, yeah, that actually used to happen to me low-key. I didn't want to talk about it until many years later. The way I did bookings at the beginning of this, the booking service, right? Not the channel, but like, let's say when I started getting really, really busy, I think 2021 was like a really, really, really specifically busy year. I literally, like, because I didn't limit myself, I would do like 8 to 10 readings a day sometimes, you know, and now I limit myself to 6. I can only do 6 videos, including ASMR, so it's like, it could be like 2 ASMR videos, 4 bookings, that's it, I have to stop. 3 ASMR videos, 3 bookings, that's it, I have to stop, you know, even if I'm full of energy and still awake, I still have to stop, you know, because I found out the magic number, you know. 6 is my limit, basically, how much my body can take. I tried 8, I tried 7, no, 6, right, 6. So, but when I did like 7, 8, 9, 10, right, some days, I literally in the middle of a reading, it's embarrassing as hell to say, but I would literally be like, and then I'll pretend like that pause was like, it was just me pausing and reflect, but really they didn't see me go like, I was so burnt out, yo, like, yeah, I can't believe I did that. And then sometimes it would be like, I remember one day I did, I think like 7 or 8 readings and like 3 ASMR videos. No wonder I burned out like 10 in a day. Hell no, right? Like never again. So, that was too much, and I wondered why I was getting dizzy. You know, I think a lot of readers tend to get dizzy when they do too many readings because it's just too much. It's too much out there. You're too spacey. It's too much universal energy. You have to ground yourself, and so I started grounding myself. Even 6 wasn't enough. You know, I had to ground myself outside on the bare earth, bare feet on the earth, bare hands on the earth. Connect with the earth. You know, in between sessions, 5 minutes. Breathe deeply, you know, all that good stuff. Maybe work with wearing even a grounding crystal, you know, eating right. You know, I wasn't eating right at the time, so yeah. Like I said, today is an exception. I give myself permission to be a lazy person because, yeah, yesterday was a lot, so sometimes you have to be a sloth. How fitting, right? I'll still, yeah, oh my god. Yeah, you know how it is. But, I guess that's really all I want to talk about today. I don't want to make this too long, because I do have to get going and catch up on stuff, so, I wish you all the best. Thank you for joining me for this relaxing ramble. I guess I could just end on like just saying relax, relax, sleep, sleep and wind down, sleep and drift away, sleep and drift away, relax and wind down. Okay, I managed to squeeze in a yawn. It is way too early. I normally don't get up at 8:30. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. Yeah. But I think I'll make it a goal to stop maybe by 2 o'clock. And then I'll take a nap. Yeah, that feels better. Get some sleep, rest. Sleep. Sleepy. I'm a sleepyhead. I'm a sleepy teddy bear. Teddy bear. Just snuggle up next to your teddy bear, plushie, or your boo-boo. And then just lay your head on your pillow. Wind down. Yawn with me. And relax. You know, when you hear someone yawning, it makes you sleepy too. Okay, I don't think I should say this too much because this is promoting me to sleep. I definitely don't want to fall asleep on someone. Okay. It's another weird fact about me. Like, I really can't fall asleep like that. Like, a lot of people can. They just, as soon as their head press the pillow, in a minute they're out. Not me. Like, I always struggle with that. Sometimes I'll just toss and turn for like 2 hours before I drift off. I don't know what that's about. I don't know if I'm an anxious person naturally. I can't ever get comfortable, be fully too relaxed. You know, even around someone, I'm always like a little like on edge or skeptical. I don't know. There's like maybe some, who knows, maybe that's just my timid personality. But like, it's weird, right? Like sometimes I'll be laying there and be like, oh my god, what if they're, okay, I don't want to say what I'm thinking because then that's not gonna make you relaxed. But yeah, you know, your mind wanders basically. So, yeah, I'm so weird like that. Sometimes I get a flashlight and look around the room and check. Like, I'm just so weird. And then not to mention where you have to get up and go to the bathroom. I guess that definitely can disturb your sleep. But then you need to stay hydrated and drink water. And if you don't, then, you know, you need to drink water. And drinking water makes you go to the bathroom. So it's like, oh my god, what do you do? And, you know, having a dog, it's very hard to get a full night quality rest. You know, I'm very, like, a pin needle dropping 300 feet away, I'll wake up, you know? So, yeah, I think sometimes even in meditations, it's so hard for me to fully relax. Yeah, I'm definitely so jealous of people who can just knock out as soon as their head touches that pillow, right? Or they start falling asleep in the middle of watching a show. Like, I wish. Are you kidding me? You know how fast time would go by if I just easily fell asleep? Oh my gosh. But then it's annoying to have to like strain yourself, so I'd rather not do that. I'd rather not be, you know, having to like, because you know that feeling's also not great where you're trying so hard to stay awake. It's not a good feeling. So I guess in a weird way I'm glad I'm not like that. But anyway, thank you guys so much for listening. This was so random. I'm sorry for being lazy. Forgive me. Yeah, but next time you'll get a better video out of me, and I hope you still enjoyed hearing me ramble, and I'll see you all very soon. Make sure you subscribe, and again, TonyBomboni.com for your own personal services. But by the time you see this video, I'll be wide awake. I promise you I'll be so much better. This is pre-recorded, so